The blood pooled beneath her body as she lay crumbling outside the dormitory gate, her white uniform soaking red in the pale morning light. Students screamed, their voices piercing the dawn's silence. This was not how Adaeze's story was supposed to end. But let me take you back to where it all began, because every tragedy has a beginning, and this one started with a dream, a scholarship, and 3 girls who seemed to have everything. If you enjoy thrilling African folk tales and stories that teach powerful life lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell us where you are watching from in the comments below. Now, let us continue. 6 months earlier, Adaeze stood by her dormitory window at Royal Academy, watching something that happened every Saturday night. 3 girls, Blessing, Chioma, and Ngozi, the ones everyone called the Golden Three, were being dropped off by expensive cars. Rich men in designer clothes opened doors for them, kissed their foreheads, handed them shopping bags. Then the girls would climb the fence, jump inside like it was nothing, and disappear into their rooms. Adaeze watched with her mouth open. She was from a small village in Enugu State. Her father was a poor farmer. Her mother sold vegetables in the local market. The only reason she was even at Royal Academy, this big, expensive school where rich people sent their daughters, was because of Madam Ifeoma's scholarship. Only 2 village girls had won it that year, Adaeze and her friend Amaka. The next day was Saturday. All the girls had to go to the school salon to make their hair. But there was a rule nobody wrote down. The Golden Three must go first. They paid the hairstylists extra money, big money, to focus only on them. The whole school would wait, sometimes for 3 hours, sometimes for 4. Nobody complained. When Blessing, Chioma, and Ngozi were done, then the other girls could enter. But Adaeze and Amaka never went to that salon. How could they? The cheapest hairstyle there cost 15,000 naira. Their parents sent them only 5,000 naira every month for everything: soap, books, sanitary pads, everything. So Adaeze and Amaka would sit in their corner of the dormitory and plait each other's hair in simple styles, village styles, the kind their mothers taught them. That Saturday, after they finished plaiting each other, they walked through the dormitory lobby. The Golden Three were sitting in their special corner. Their area had the best beds in the whole school. They decorated it with flowers, perfumes, imported chocolates. They sat there with their legs crossed like queens, eating expensive popcorn, drinking smoothies that cost more than Adaeze's weekly budget. As Adaeze and Amaka walked past, trying to be invisible, Amaka stumbled. Her leg caught something, she fell forward, her hand hitting Blessing's smoothie cup. The pink liquid spilled everywhere, soaking Blessing's designer skirt. I'm sorry, Amaka whispered, her whole body shaking as she stood up. Blessing looked at her like an insect. You poor thing, she said slowly, her voice dripping with disgust. Have you ever even seen a smoothie in your entire life? That drink costs 12,000 naira. You will pay for it. Adaeze's heart stopped. 12,000 naira. That was more than double their monthly money. Please, Amaka begged, her voice breaking. I don't have that kind of money. Then you better learn to watch where you are walking, Ngozi added, examining her nails like she was bored. Chioma laughed. Look at these village monkeys. They don't understand that beauty costs money. Everything costs money. Other students joined in the laughter. Adaeze pulled Amaka away before it got worse. That night, Adaeze couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about how the Golden Three lived, the confidence, the money, the way everyone feared and respected them. Even the teachers seemed afraid to discipline them. Their parents were too powerful. Blessing's father was a senator. Chioma's father was a commissioner. Ngozi's mother owned banks. What Adaeze didn't know was that her life was about to change in a way she could never imagine. The next day in class, Adaeze was reading her biology textbook when a shadow fell across her desk. She looked up. Blessing was standing there, smiling. Not the mean smile from yesterday, a different smile, a friendly smile. Adaeze didn't trust it. You're studying very hard, Blessing said, sitting down on the desk next to Adaeze. Yes, Adaeze replied carefully. Exams are coming.
Well, Blessing said, playing with her long Brazilian hair. We have an outing next Saturday. A party. If you come with us, we will accept you as one of us. Adaze's mouth fell open. Me? Yes, you. Most girls in this school are dying for this opportunity, begging for it, but I feel drawn to you. Maybe it's pity, maybe it's something else. So what do you say? Where is this party? Adaeze asked, her mind spinning. Blessing laughed. Are you the only girl in Royal Academy who doesn't know? We go out every Saturday night, the three of us, whether the school allows it or not. Our parents are too powerful for the school to stop us. Even the chief security officer works for us. He lets us come and go as we please. Adaze's throat went dry. This was exactly what her mother warned her about. The day she won the scholarship, her mother held her hands and said, "My daughter, you are going to a school where rich people send their children. Do not follow them. Do not let them spoil you. Avoid men completely. Face your books. That scholarship is our only hope for a better life." But looking at Blessing now, at her confidence, her beauty, her expensive perfume, Adaeze felt something dangerous growing inside her. Desire, hunger, the want to belong. "Okay," she heard herself say, "I will come." That night, something strange happened. A student came to Adaze's bed carrying a tray. On it was grilled catfish, fried plantains, and a large bottle of smoothie, the same kind Amaka had spilled. "Blessing sent this for you," the girl said. Adaeze ate like she had never eaten before. The fish was so soft, so perfectly seasoned. The smoothie was cold and sweet. As she licked her fingers clean, she said to herself, "So this is how these girls eat every day. This is the life they are living." She didn't notice Amaka watching from across the room, her face full of worry. The days passed quickly. Friday came. Adaeze went to the school salon for the first time in her life. She paid for an expensive hairstyle using money Blessing had given her. When she came back to the dormitory, Amaka was waiting. "Adaeze, you went to the salon, the expensive salon?" Amaka asked, her voice quiet. "Yes," Adaeze replied, touching her new hair. It was beautiful, silky, nothing like the village plaits. "But we agreed to always make each other's hair. We agreed to save money together." "That was before," Adaeze said, her voice harder than she intended. "Things have changed. I've moved to a different level now." "Different level?" Amaka's eyes filled with tears. "Adaeze, these girls are dangerous. Everyone knows they sneak out. Everyone knows they do bad things. Don't you think being friends with them will put you in trouble?" Adaeze laughed, a new kind of laugh, cold. "Trouble? Amaka, the Golden Three have been in this school for 3 years. Have they ever gotten in trouble? No, because they are above the law. Their parents own this country, and now that I'm friends with them, I'm above the law too. Don't you understand?" Amaka stood there, looking at her friend like she was talking to a stranger, because in a way, she was. Saturday night came like a thief. Adaze's heart was beating so fast she thought it would jump out of her chest. The Golden Three had taught her many things that week: how to walk like a model, how to talk softly and smile with her eyes, how to move her body when speaking, how to attract attention. "You need to master these things," Ngozi explained. "When we go to the club, there will be rich men everywhere. The impression you give them will determine how much money and gifts they give you. Do you understand?" Adaeze nodded, even though her mother's voice was screaming in her head. At exactly 11 p.m., the 4 girls met at the back fence of the school. This part of the fence was lowest. They climbed it easily. On the other side, Chioma made a phone call. Within 5 minutes, a big jeep pulled up. A handsome man stepped out. He hugged Chioma, kissed her forehead. "My baby, I've missed you so much." He opened the front door for Chioma. The other 3 girls entered the back seat. The man drove them to a mansion, not a house, a mansion. Adaeze had only seen such places on television. The compound had a gate with security men. Inside was a garden with flowers and lights everywhere. A swimming pool that sparkled like diamonds under the moon. When they entered the house, Adaeze gasped. Everything was expensive. The sofas, the curtains, the chandelier hanging from the ceiling. A DJ was playing music in the corner. Disco lights flashed in different colors. Other people were there already, young girls, rich men. Everyone was drinking, dancing, laughing. As soon as they entered, Blessing and Ngozi ran to embrace their own boyfriends. The men kissed them on the mouth, right there in front of everyone. Adaeze stood frozen, her back against the wall. This was wrong. Everything about this was wrong. Her mother's words echoed. Avoid men and concentrate on your studies. They will only distract you and destroy your future. But then she looked at the girls. They seemed so happy, so free. And they had never gotten pregnant, had they? Maybe her mother was just old-fashioned. Maybe things were different now. A man walked up to her. He was tall and handsome, wearing an expensive suit. His cologne filled her nose. "Hello, beautiful angel," he said, his voice smooth like honey. "What's your name?" Adaeze's heart jumped. I'm Adaeze." Adaeze, beautiful name for a beautiful girl. "My name is Emeka. Can I sit with you?" Before she could answer, he sat down next to her on the sofa. He was so close she could feel the heat from his body. "This is your first time here?" he asked. "Yes, sir." He laughed. "Don't call me sir. Call me Emeka. We are friends now." He talked and talked. He told her about his businesses, his cars, his houses. He told her she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen, that she had a future, that he wanted to help her. Adaeze's head was spinning. No man had ever talked to her like this before. The other girls came over, holding glasses of whiskey. Their eyes were red and happy. "Adaeze!" Blessing shouted. "Why are you just sitting there? Take a drink. You need to learn how to be a big girl now." But Adaeze didn't drink, not that night. When it was time to leave, Emeka gave her something, a brand new iPhone, the latest model. Adaeze had never even touched a smartphone before. She had been using a small button phone her father bought her for emergencies. "Take this, my angel," Emeka said, "and take this money too." He pressed 50,000 naira into her hand. "Call me any time you need anything, any time at all." Adaeze floated back to school that night. She felt like she was dreaming. An iPhone, 50,000 naira. She was now one of the happening girls, one of the important people. She didn't see Amaka watching from her bed as she climbed back through the window, a look of sadness on her face. The weeks that followed changed everything. Every evening when other girls went to prep class, the Golden Three would lock themselves in their corner and call their boyfriends on video. Adaeze would call Emeka too. He would tell her sweet things, call her my wife, my queen, my future. Adaeze began to believe him. She stopped sitting with Amaka completely. She moved her bed to the Golden Three's corner. She started making makeup, started speaking with a fake accent, started looking down on the other scholarship students. Their next outing came quickly. Same place, same people, but this time something different happened. After they ate and danced, each girl went into a separate bedroom with their boyfriends. Emeka and Adaeze were left alone in the sitting room. Emeka moved closer to her. He touched her face, tried to kiss her. Adaeze pulled back. "No," she said, "I can't do this. My mother warned me." Emeka's face changed. The sweet smile disappeared. His eyes became cold. "Your mother warned you. Then why did you come here? Why did you take my phone? Why did you take my money?" He stood up and stretched his hand out. "Give me back my iPhone, now." "Please," Adaeze begged, tears filling her eyes. "I didn't mean to." "Give it back," he shouted, pushing her aside. When the other girls came back, Emeka told them, "Bring me a girl who knows what's up. I don't need these local village girls who come here to waste my time." On the way back to school that night, the girls attacked Adaeze with words. "How can you be so childish?" Blessing said angrily. Your mother said this, your mother said that. Do you think we don't have mothers? Are our mothers here with us in school? But what if I get pregnant? Adaeze whispered. All three girls laughed. There's nothing like that, Chioma said airily. We have pills, drugs. If you get pregnant, you just take the pills and everything flushes out. Simple. We've been doing this for years. Look at us. Do we look pregnant? Adaeze thought about it all night. She thought about the iPhone Emeka collected back. She thought about how the girls laughed at her. She thought about being called a local village girl. By morning, she had made her decision. She wanted to be a big girl. After all, Emeka had even promised to marry her after she finished school. What was she afraid of? The next Saturday, Adaeze gave herself to Emeka completely. She did everything he wanted, drank what he gave her, went where he told her to go. When she returned to school, she felt different, dirty, but also powerful, like she had crossed a line she could never uncross. The Saturdays continued. Every week, the same routine. Climb the fence, go to the party, eat expensive food, drink alcohol, sleep with Emeka, return to school before morning, take pills when pregnancy came, watch the pregnancy disappear. But something was happening to Adaeze that she didn't notice at first. Her grades started falling. She, who used to be number one in her class, fighting with only 2 other students for the top position, now she was failing tests, sleeping in class, unable to concentrate. The pills she took to flush out pregnancies were making her weak. Her body was always tired. Sometimes she would be walking and suddenly feel like fainting. Her mother called one day. Adaeze, your teacher called me. She said your results are very bad this term. What is happening? Are you sick? I'm fine, Mama, Adaeze lied. I'm just tired. Too much reading. Please, my daughter, remember why you are there. That scholarship is our only hope. Your father and I are suffering here to support you. Don't let us down. Adaeze caught the call and cried. But the next Saturday, she climbed the fence again. Then something happened that changed everything. It was a Saturday morning. Adaeze woke up feeling strange. Her period was late, very late, almost 3 weeks late. She took a pregnancy test, the kind the girls kept hidden in their corner. 2 lines appeared, positive. No problem, she told herself. I'll just take the pills like always. She swallowed the abortion pills, waited for the bleeding to start, but nothing happened. She took more pills, still nothing. The pregnancy was not moving. By the 3rd week, her stomach started showing, small but visible. Panic seized her throat. She ran to the golden 3. Please help me, she cried. The pills are not working. The pregnancy is still there. The girls looked at each other. For the first time, Adaeze saw something in their eyes. Fear. Why are your things always different from ours? Blessing said coldly. We've been doing this for years. We take care of everything smoothly. You just joined 6 months ago and you want to put us in trouble? Please, Adaeze begged, going on her knees. Don't leave me. You're my friends. Friends? Ngozi laughed. We were never your friends, Adaeze. You are just entertainment. From that day, the 3 girls avoided her like she had a disease. They moved their corner to a different part of the dormitory. They stopped talking to her. When she tried to approach them, they would walk away. Adaeze was alone, completely alone. Her stomach was growing bigger every day. Soon, everyone would notice. She tried calling Emeka. His phone was switched off. For 3 weeks straight, switched off. Finally, one Saturday night, she decided to go to his house by herself. She knew where he lived. She had been there so many times. She climbed the school fence alone, took a taxi to his address. When she reached the gate, she knocked. A beautiful woman opened it. She was wearing an expensive wrapper and jewelry. She looked at Adaeze with curious eyes. Yes, who are you looking for? The woman asked. I'm looking for Emeka, Adaeze said, her heart pounding. Emeka? You mean my driver?
The world stopped spinning. Your driver? The woman laughed. Not a kind laugh, a mocking laugh. Ha 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 ha! Young girl, who are you? Let me guess, his girlfriend? Yes, Adaeze whispered, and I'm pregnant for him. The woman clapped her hands and called other people in the house. Come and see you, another one. Emeka has done it again. An older man came out. He looked at Adaeze and shook his head. The woman, who introduced herself as Madame Gloria, told Adaeze the truth that shattered her world into pieces. My husband and I just returned from a 6-month vacation abroad. While we were away, Emeka, our driver, was living in our house, pretending it was his own house, bringing girls here, lying to them. You are not the first. You are not even the second. You are the 4th girl to come here pregnant for him. Emeka has a wife and 3 children in his village. He is just a driver, a common driver who has been using our house to deceive girls like you. Adaeze's legs gave way. She sat on the ground and wept. She cried until her throat was sore, until her eyes were swollen. The woman felt pity and gave her some water. Do you have a mother? Madame Gloria asked gently. Yes, Adaeze sobbed. Then go back to your mother. Whatever shame you will face, it's better than what will happen if you try to solve this alone. But Adaeze couldn't face her mother. How could she? After all the warnings, after all the sacrifices her parents made, after the scholarship, the trust, the hope, how could she go home pregnant, a failure, a disappointment? She went back to school that night and lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling. The pregnancy was now almost 4 months. Soon, the school would notice. They would expel her, disgrace her, send her home in shame. She had to do something fast. That night, she crawled to Blessing's corner. She knelt down, begging. Please, she whispered, take me to an abortionist, a real one. I will do anything. I'll never bother you again. Just this one favor. Blessing looked at her with cold eyes. You want to drag us into your mess? Please, I'm begging you, on my knees. I don't know what else to do. After much begging, much crying, Blessing finally agreed. Fine, but after this, never talk to us again, understand? The next Saturday night, Blessing and Adaeze climbed the fence. But this time, they didn't go to a party. They went to a small, dirty building on the outskirts of town. Inside was a man who called himself a doctor, but he had no certificate on his wall, no clean equipment. The place smelled like blood and disinfectant. This pregnancy is 4 months old, the man said, examining Adaeze roughly. This kind of abortion is very risky, very dangerous. Many girls have died from it. Please, Adaeze cried, I have no other choice. Please help me. The man looked at the money Blessing offered. Finally, he nodded. What happened next, Adaeze would never forget. The pain, the instruments, the blood. She screamed until her voice was gone. The man walked in the dim light, sweating, cursing. Finally, it was done. You need to rest, he said. Don't move too much. The bleeding will continue for some days. But Adaeze couldn't rest. It was almost morning. She had to get back to school before they noticed she was missing. She and Blessing rushed back, Adaeze holding her stomach, feeling warm blood soaking through her pad. They reached the school fence, started climbing. Adaze's vision was blurry. Her legs were weak. She managed to climb over and was walking toward the dormitory when everything went black. She fell. Right there outside the hostel gate, blood pooled beneath her body, staining the ground. A student coming back from the bathroom saw her and screamed. Most students came running. Teachers rushed out. The school principal was called. Within minutes, everyone knew. They rushed Adaeze to the hospital, called her parents. Her mother's screams on the phone could be heard all over the hospital. The doctors worked on her, surgery after surgery, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to save her womb, trying to save her life. But it was too late. Adaeze had lost too much blood. Her body had suffered too much. At 6:47 a.m., as the sun was rising over the city, Adaeze took her last breath. She was 17 years old. Her parents arrived at the hospital 2 hours later. Her mother collapsed when she heard the news. Her father stood like a stone, tears running down his face, unable to speak. The daughter they had sacrificed everything for, the daughter who was supposed to lift them out of poverty, the daughter who won the scholarship that would change their family's life, was gone. At Royal Academy, the Golden Three were questioned by police. They denied everything. Their parents' lawyers came. Big men in suits who threatened the school, threatened the police. Within a week, the case was closed. Insufficient evidence, they said. Blessing, Chioma, and Ngozi continued their lives as if nothing happened. Still going out on Saturdays, still climbing the fence, still meeting their rich boyfriends. The school couldn't touch them. Money had spoken. Amaka, Adaze's real friend, the one she abandoned, was the one who cried most at the funeral. She cried for the girl she knew, the village girl who used to laugh and share dreams, the girl who got lost trying to become someone she was never meant to be. Adaze's mother stood at the grave as they lowered her daughter into the ground. She said something that everyone there would remember forever. My daughter wanted to fly before she had wings. She wanted to shine before her time. And now the light has gone out forever. Let me tell you something important, something you must carry in your heart. The life you see people living on the outside, the expensive cars, the nice clothes, the big houses, it might all be fake. Emeka was just a driver, a common driver, but he lived like a rich man for 6 months, destroying girls' lives, and nobody knew the truth until it was too late. Those girls you admire in school, the ones who seem to have everything, you don't know what they're going through at night. You don't know the pills they're taking, the abortions they're hiding, the fear they carry. Some of them will be lucky, some will escape, but many won't. Adaeze wasn't lucky. If you are a young girl and you are watching this, listen carefully. Your mother's advice is not old-fashioned. It is wisdom bought with pain, with experience, with watching other people's mistakes. When your mother tells you to focus on your books, to avoid bad friends, to stay away from men until you are ready, she is not trying to control you. She is trying to save you. Bad friends will come with sweet words. They will make you feel like you're missing out. They will show you nice things and make you feel like a local village girl if you don't join them. But the moment you are in trouble, the moment you need them most, they will run away. They will deny they know you. Blessing, Chioma, and Ngozi abandoned Adaeze when she needed them. They are still living their lives while Adaeze is in the grave.
If you make a mistake, if you fall into temptation, if you do something you know is wrong, don't be afraid to go back to your parents. Yes, they will be angry. Yes, they will shout. Yes, there will be shame, but they will not let you die. Adaeze chose to face a quack doctor instead of facing her mother. She chose death instead of shame, and now her mother will carry the shame and the pain for the rest of her life anyway. Money is not everything. Those girls had rich parents, but where was the love? Where was the guidance? Blessing's father was a senator, but did he know his daughter was sleeping with men every Saturday? Chioma's father was a commissioner, but did he care that his child was taking abortion pills like sweets? Money without proper training is useless. Money without love is dangerous. And to the men out there, the ones who prey on young girls in school, the ones who lie and deceive, the ones who promise marriage and give phones and money just to destroy innocence, your day of judgment is coming. Emeka destroyed at least 4 girls that we know of. How many others did he destroy that never came to that house? How many girls died in silence because of his lies? Evil never goes unpunished forever. This story is not just a story. It is happening in schools right now. As you watch, there is a girl like Adaeze climbing a fence to go meet a man who is lying to her. There is a girl taking abortion pills in her dormitory, hoping it will work this time. There is a mother somewhere praying for a daughter who has stopped listening to advice. Learn from Adaeze's mistake.
Learn from her pain. Your education is more important than any boyfriend, any party, any expensive phone. The years you spend in school will determine the rest of your life. Don't waste them chasing after things that look good but will destroy you. And remember this, the friends who encourage you to disobey your parents, to sneak out at night, to do things you know are wrong, those friends are not your friends. Real friends protect you. Real friends remind you of who you are and where you are coming from. Amaka was a real friend, but Adaeze pushed her away. Don't make that mistake. Finally, to every parent watching this, talk to your children. Don't just give warnings, explain why. Tell them stories. Make them understand that your rules are not to punish them, but to protect them. And create an environment where if they make a mistake, they can come to you without fear of being completely destroyed. Adaeze died because she was more afraid of her mother's disappointment than of a dangerous abortion. That should never be the case. The grave is final. There is no coming back from it. Adaeze's story ended at 17. Her dreams, her potential, her future, all buried in that small village cemetery. Her parents' sacrifice wasted. Her scholarship given to another student. Her space in the dormitory filled by someone else. Life moved on without her, as life always does. But you who are alive, you who are watching this, you have a choice. You can learn from her story. You can make different decisions. You can honor her memory by not making her mistakes. Don't let the bright lights of the city blind you. Don't let the pressure to belong push you into danger. Don't let fake friends convince you that wrong is right. And never, ever be afraid to run back to your parents when you need help. It might be uncomfortable, it might be shameful for a moment, but it will save your life. Adaeze's mother still keeps her school uniform, still keeps her books, still keeps the letter announcing her scholarship. She looks at them and cries, wondering what her daughter would have become if she had just listened, if she had just focused, if she had just remembered where she came from and where she was trying to go. Don't let your mother cry over your grave. Don't let your father stand in silence, unable to speak because his heart is broken. Don't throw away your future for temporary pleasure. It's not worth it. It will never be worth it. This is the story of Adaeze, a village girl who went to the city for education and found destruction instead. A girl who left behind a mother's advice and picked up a lifestyle that killed her. A girl who wanted to be like the golden three and ended up in a grave while they continued living. Learn from her story. Share this story. Let other young girls hear it. Let them understand that every choice has consequences, that some mistakes cannot be corrected, that death doesn't care about your age, your dreams, or your potential. Rest in peace, Adaeze. Your story will not be forgotten. Your death will not be in vain. Through your pain, others will learn. Through your mistake, others will be saved. If this story touched your heart, if it taught you something valuable, if you know someone who needs to hear it, please share it. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tell us in the comments where you are watching from and what lessons you have learned. Let's use African tales to teach, to guide, and to save our children from making mistakes that cost them everything. Remember, your life is valuable, your future is worth protecting, and no amount of temporary pleasure is worth permanent destruction. Stay focused, stay wise, and always, always listen to the voice of wisdom, especially when it comes from those who love you most. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay blessed and stay safe.